So there's been this major controversy that is now broken out over a hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers named Ivan Provorov. He committed a grave sin. What is his grave sin? He did not wear the colors. He did not wear the ribbon. He didn't do it. He wouldn't wear the rainbow flag jersey for his warm-up at some LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign happy face emoji tilde Swindon. No, just tilde. Pride night or some such. And this is very, very bad. And he said, I'm not doing it because I am a Russian-Orthodox observer, and therefore I don't believe in same-sex marriage, and I also don't believe in homosexual activity, in line with virtually all traditional religion. This means, of course, that he has committed a grave sin, and he must be punished. He must atone. So here's a Canadian host named Sid Shapiro ripping Provorov in rather colorful terms because you're not allowed to disagree with the alphabet people. You're not allowed to do that. It's a bad thing. You're not allowed to say, listen, you can do what you want in the privacy of your own bedroom, whatever. It's your life, but you can't force me to agree with you. You're not allowed to do that anymore. That's bad. You must celebrate. You will be forced to celebrate by the culture, or you must be punished. Here is this Canadian host going after Provorov.
I think you fine the Flyers $1 million for this. I'm not kidding. Figure this out and stop offending people on nights where it's not about that. It's supposed to be about inclusivity. The National Hockey League need to attack this and figure this out. Because what I heard last night was offensive and didn't make any sense. The National Hockey League today needs to fine that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights. Because that is insulting. That is the number one trending topic in Canada. That is insulting what happened in Philadelphia. And if the NHL is serious about this, they say they are. We'll see. We'll see how serious they are today.
Stop offending people on a night that's supposed to be about inclusivity. We're not going to include you. Our inclusivity means you shut the hell up. That's what inclusivity means. Guys, that's the best kind of inclusivity, says this moron Canadian host. But unfortunately, this is large swaths of the sports media. This is just one reason why you should, instead of subscribing to left-wing sports media companies that hate your guts, you should go check out Crane & Co., which actually covers sports from a perspective of people who actually like sports and don't hate you. Mark Lazarus, a senior writer for The Athletic, he tweeted out, quote, I have no time for people who openly hate and hide behind religion. If your religion preaches hate, your religion is bullshit. I'm disappointed in Tortorella, who famously said, that's the coach, who famously said he'd bench a player for protesting peacefully during the anthem in the wake of Colin Kaepernick. Oh, you mean because we are all supposed to be unified in support for the United States of America? I'm sorry if your vision of social justice elevates the Pride Progress flag to the place of the United States flag in the American pantheon, but that is not true for a vast bevy of Americans. Lazarus says he has a quote, Ivan Provorov made a decision not to participate in an event that was important to our team and to our fans. As a result, we as a team made a decision not to play him out of respect to the LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign community and all our fans. The end. That's all he had to do. All he had to say. So he should have been fined. And he should have been played. That is vile and disgusting, but unfortunately, a huge swath of the sports media that, again, hates traditional values, agrees with this. Adam Protu, who is a writer for The Hockey News and Full Press NHL, he says, Ivan Provorov has the right to any opinion he chooses, and we have the right to have any opinion on Ivan Provorov we choose. Like this, he's a shameful human being whose homophobia is only going to get more shameful over the years. It's shameful, you see, to oppose the agenda. Again, he didn't call for anybody to be punished. He didn't call for anything to happen to people who were wearing pride flags. He just said, I'm not going to do it. And all these morons are the rioters in the Seinfeld episode. Wear the ribbon. Wear it now. We're going to beat the living hell out of you. Gord Miller, a commentator for TSN NHL, says, Ivan Provorov had the right to refuse to participate in the Pride Night activities in Philadelphia. The Flyers should have responded by not allowing him to play in the game. Freedom of expression doesn't give you freedom from the consequences of your words or actions. Right, but there are no consequences because he didn't do anything wrong. What is the thing that he did that is wrong? He didn't celebrate. And he essentially did the Sir Thomas More thing. He said, I'm just going to be silent here and not do that. And like, nope, you must be punished. We'll get to more on this in just one second. First, been a rough ride if you own a business over the past several years. You had COVID-19, which probably destroyed your business, and then you were somehow able to survive. And then you got hit with Bidenflation, and now you're going to be hit with stagnation. Well, what if you overpaid your taxes over the past couple of years and you could claw some of that back? That is a possibility, and this is why you should contact my friends over at Innovation Refunds. If your business has 5 or more employees and managed to survive COVID, you could be eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee. It's not a loan, there's no payback, it's a refund on your taxes. The challenge is how do you get your hands on it? How do you cut through the red tape and get your business the refund money? Head on over to getrefunds.com. Their team of tax attorneys are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. They've already returned $1 billion to businesses. They can help you as well. They do all the work, no charge up front. Simply share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, even those who had increases in sales. Just go to getrefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, answer a few quick questions to get started. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited amount of time, so you don't want to miss out. Head on over to getrefunds.com. Again, that's getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com, and see if maybe you can get some money back you shouldn't have paid to the government in the first place. Getrefunds.com. Also, you may have noticed that the government jacks around the interest rates. It jacks around bond sales. It jacks around the currency on a routine basis. Maybe you wish to insulate yourself against all of that screwing around with the economy by the Federal Reserve, by the Treasury Department, by whichever administration is in power. This is why you should insulate yourself at least a little bit by buying into precious metals. And that's what the folks over at Birch Gold can do for you. For over 5,000 years, gold has withstood inflation, geopolitical turmoil, and stock market crashes. Now you can own gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account. Birch Gold makes it super easy to convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in precious metals. Text Ben to 989898, claim your free info kit on gold. Then talk to one of their precious metal specialists. When you purchase from Birch Gold by January 31st, you'll get a signed copy of my book, How to Destroy America in 3 Easy Steps, which seems more and more like an actual playbook for the left these days. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of happy customers, and countless 5-star reviews, you can trust Birch Gold to help protect your savings. I bought gold because I was tired of my money being impacted by dumb decisions made by our leaders over in Washington. Well, if you want to be more like me, text Ben to 989898, claim that free information kit, get a signed copy of my book today. That's Ben to 989898 to get started with my friends at Birch Gold. Pierre Lebrun, who is the official Twitter page of TSN and RDS Hockey Insider and a columnist for The Athletic, he says, Provorov obviously does not respect everyone. If he did respect everyone, he would have taken part in a warm-up and worn the Pride Night jersey. Don't hide behind religion. Okay, so now the definition of respect, just to be clear, the definition of respecting everybody is wearing their emblem. So let me just say, I don't believe that you respect the Jews unless you wear a yarmulke. You see why this is real stupid, guys? I think you can respect the Jews without wearing a yarmulke. In fact, I think I can respect the Christians without wearing a cross. I can respect all sorts of groups without wearing their emblem on my chest. I can even respect the people and not respect the activity in which they participate. I do that all the time, like pretty much every day, including to my children. I respect them. I don't respect all the things that they are doing every day. But the left refuses to acknowledge these possibilities because in the end, the left believes that they must rule and you must obey. To the point, by the way, where even if the left agrees with you, if you are of the wrong skin color or you're of the wrong group, you're not allowed to talk about it. So this is an amazing example. So Leslie Jones, who for some odd reason is considered funny by some people, I don't know whether they're like Phineas Gage and they were hit by some sort of mind crankshaft, like through the skull, went through the eye, and like out the back of the head, and so now they find Leslie Jones funny. There must be some group of people who finds Leslie Jones funny. I don't know who they are or where they live or why they exist, but in any case, Leslie Jones was guest hosting The Daily Show, and she was talking about this garbage statue, this MLK statue in Boston, the Embrace. We talked about it on the show because it's hideous. It's just a terrible piece of garbage statue. I mean, there are lots of great statues of MLK. There's a great one in Washington, D.C. of MLK. This is, by any stretch of the imagination, a hideous nightmare fuel aberration of a statue. Everyone understands this. And it literally looks like a person attempting to fight a boa constrictor. And that is the rated G version of that statue. Megyn Kelly had a slightly less rated G version of what this statue looks like. In any case, Leslie Jones admits she hates the statue and that it's garbage. And then she's like, but you white people can't talk about it being bad. Why? Why can't I say it's a bad statue? I'm confused. Does me being white mean that I'm now blind? Explain.
And let me tell you something. Even though I'm about to go straight hard on this statue, I got to talk to the white people for a second.
Woo! Talk to the white people. What? It's funny because she's looking at the camera.
White people, you don't need to be saying about this statue.
Clap, guys. Clap because she's a racist.
Black hands only. You need to sit your in the back of the bus for this one, okay? You need to honor this statue. This is our civil rights icon.
It isn't, though. It's disembodied arms holding each other. Also, I just like to follow this logic down to its logic, to its extreme. Okay? So basically, she's now saying that if you associate complete garbage with a topic that is sacrosanct, then certain groups are not allowed to criticize the garbage for being garbage. Here is a pile of human feces. It's in the middle of the street. But if I declare that this pile of human feces has some sort of political ramifications, that means you can't say anything. You can't notice that it's stinking and steaming in the middle of the street. Like, she hates the statue too, but you're not allowed to talk about it because you're a white person. This is, by the way, and she's doing this in the name of MLK. The man who's most famous for suggesting that people should be judged by the character rather than the color of their skin. And she's like, you white people, you're not allowed to notice things. What are you doing? Doing that white noticing thing again? You noticing things, white people? You can't notice things. You stop that. That's enough of that noticing, because that's a white thing. Racism. Some MLK Day racism there from Leslie Jones, who is, again, I'm confused why anyone finds her funny, but this is what wokeness amounts to. What wokeness amounts to is if you're not part of the in-group, you don't get to talk. And if you are part of the in-group, you can say whatever the hell you want, no matter how false it is. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We will be getting into Joe Biden and serious corruption concerns at the Penn Biden Center for receiving Chinese money. We will also get to George Santos. He's, if that's his real name, he's that congressperson from New York who it turns out was, I guess, a Brazilian drag queen at one point. Yeah, things are getting weird. If you're not a member, become a member and use code Shapiro. Check out for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.